the philosophy of the app design. She designed the app, as brilliant as she is. She designed the app. She'll take us through how her thinking and, what she thought of each element and the reason behind everything. So Tipra, let's go.
Okay. Just so I'm sure you guys all heard, we're being recorded right now, so be on your best behavior. Thank you, Jessie, and I'll stop sharing for now. But yes, as Najwa alluded to in the beginning, this is what you'll see, the product you'll see in the next minute or so is the result of tireless dedication from a group of 5 very brilliant women, if I do say so myself, who have come together to build something that they think represents or can represent the African women and will be a very useful tool when it comes to the reproductive health and general lifestyle and wellness of the African woman. So in conceptualizing the app, we really wanted to build something that would resonate with our target audience. And if you are in this meeting or this party and you were part of our focus group, you'll know that we had a first prototype that we shared with you, and we requested some feedback. And in that feedback, and I wish I had the infographic to show you here quickly. I wonder if I'll be able to find it very quickly. Okay, let's see. I might be able to. Give me 1 second. Okay. Okay, never mind. Never mind. I don't think I'll be able to find it, or my computer is deciding that this is the moment it wants to be slow, but that's okay. All right. So basically, we asked you, about the sign-in process, about what the user experience should be, about what the user interface should look like, about what sort of our educational portion should focus on. You guys gave us a whole load of information, but it all translated down for you, really to the app being one that was clean, simple, personal, and that word came up quite a bit, it seemed like. So it felt like people wanted the app to feel like something that was theirs. Even if it was for everybody, they wanted it to be something that they could personalize or felt like they had customized for themselves. And as well, I think most importantly, most people wanted the app to be just fresh, something that hadn't been seen before. So that was what we kept in mind, as we were developing the app. So we looked at what our competitors were doing. We tried to come up with all our own unique ideas. And this is the product that, we have to show you. So in terms of the design, the colors you'll see reflect a sort of femininity, a freshness, a lightness, so, in many ways hearken a little bit to girlhood. You'll see a lot of pinks, a lot of beiges, a lot of purples and lavenders. And, I think it takes us back to our former selves when we were little girls, first got our period, and what that meant to us at that time. So there's a bit of a nostalgic tinge to the design and sort of the colors that we've chosen for the app. When you first enter the app, the concept of it anyways, as I was developing, was it to feel like a sanctuary. And so in many ways, if you're thinking about it, it's like you're entering a sanctuary or a space. There's a little knob, there's a door that you open, and you enter and you're greeted by a quote, that you're greeted by a quote or something that sort of inspires, uplifts you, something that, you need to hear or see in that moment. And then when you enter the space, you're sort of presented with your personal information about what phase you're in your reproductive health cycle, what that actually means, what you can expect coming up. All that is sort of built on the home page. And there's several rooms, I guess, that you can explore. We have a section for all our educational material. We have a unique feature that you guys will see in a bit. But basically, we wanted it to feel like a home away from home. So you've come home from work, maybe you're tired, and you decide to, go onto the app, and you're hit with this freshness, this lightness. Hopefully there's a community there that you can, speak to or attach to or share your issues with or help other people solve their problems. You'll learn more about what's going on in your body. Why am I feeling this way today? This and that. So that's the whole idea behind the app. when you see it, please keep in mind that this is just the very beginning of that concept, a small piece of where we're going, but that is the bigger vision, to create a sort of African village-like space, a very sort of calming and yet invigorating space for women to congregate, to chat with each other, talk to each other about what's going on in their personal space, their bodies, and just feel refreshed when they leave. So that is that is sort of the idea behind it. This sort of what you'll see, the final product is, a vision of 5 minds. So it is all of our thinking that has brought us to this place. So I really hope you enjoy it. And yeah, enough babbling from me. I'll hand over to Rosalind, who's our developer, who actually did the very hard work of building and sort of materializing our vision. So Rosalind, we thank you. And I will hand over to her to share her screen and to talk us through the app that we have built. Rosalind, on to you.
All right, thank you, Adelaide. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Is everybody able to see the first screen of the app?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So let's get started. This is the Poka app. So like Adelaide talked about earlier, when you come in, you'll be kind of greeted with a door and a spinning knob where you can, you're welcomed into the app and you will be met by this main screen where you can have the option to add an account or create an account. In this particular case, we've never logged in before, so we're going to create our account. In the creation of the account, you're going to be asked for just some simple information that will help us with all the period prediction, data about yourself, and things that we need essentially in order to predict and kind of customize the app for you a little bit. So we're going to start off by asking you to choose your mode. You can change this as any time. You can either, track your period, try to conceive or follow your pregnancy, or you can select one or all of them. Then we're going to ask you, most importantly, when your last period is. We're going to use that information to do our predictions. Also, information about your average cycle, as well as your date of birth, which all of it will be confidential, protected information, and we use this just to predict and give you suggestions. Then we're going to go ahead and sign in with email. So I'm sure you're all familiar with this. You're going to sign in with a name, an email, and create an account with a password. And then we're also going to go ahead and read the terms of service and privacy policy as well. For this particular demo, we're not going to go ahead and create an account. I have an account created already, so we're going to go back and log in as a current user and sign in with our email and password. All right, so signing in will take you to our main screen. So on this screen, there's quite a lot of information, but you can see that there's a screen in here that will give you your cycle date. So based on when your period started, it's going to count down your cycle and also give you information about that particular cycle date and what we think would be happening at that point in time. It'll also give you details about whether or not we suspect that the chance of pregnancy is high or low based on where you are in your cycle, as well as the number of days till ovulation, or if you are over the ovulation date. We also have a cute little quote here that will change several times a day, and the ability to share those quotes with people. So these quotes are intended to be uplifting quotes by Black women and just meant to kind of inspire you and give you something to think about on a daily basis. You'll also see that there's a plus button over here, and this button you're going to be using to add your period and also add any symptoms. And this particular avatar over here is where you're going to edit your profile information. So as I talked about, yeah, you get additional information about your cycle. So this changes on a daily basis. As well as the ability to share your quotes. And then you can see that you can toggle this up and down if you want a cleaner look and you just want to see this imagery over here, or if you want to see everything at one time, depending on your preferences. Then on to the next tab is the calendar tab. So this is where you're going to see all the information that you've entered. So if you've entered your period dates, you're going to see that there. And then this calendar is going to show your predicted dates as well. So you're going to see your fertile period, your ovulation dates, and all of the predicted periods for the future, which will be recalculated and change every single time you enter additional information. So it's always current, and you'll always see about 6 months worth of that kind of information. From this screen, you can also add your period and add symptoms using this little plus button down here. So that takes you into this screen where you can then log your period. You can add or remove or edit any period dates in here and save. And that'll take you back to this screen where you can then also add any particular symptoms on any day that you're feeling that. So let's say today or the 3rd, you had some fatigue or you were happy, you can put all of that in there. And if you go back to the calendar, that's always going to be reflected on the particular dates that you've entered it. So this calendar is kind of like a diary of how you're feeling at the moment and kind of a snapshot into your well-being. And then, oh, that was just to tell you that you could also add using that button. Then we're going to move on to this 3rd tab over here, and this will take you to all of our Poka readings and documentation and any sort of like written content that we have produced. We will try to keep this as current as possible with new articles, new information that are culturally relevant to us, Afrocentric, and just general information about health and wellness and reproductive services. And then there's also the videos that you've seen over here that we will update as well. Right now, those are just our stories on our first periods.
He laughed at me and he said, "You're not the first person to have your period."
This one always cracks me up. So yeah, all the information that you need, that's going to be here. It's going to be lots of information. We'll keep it up to date. Yeah. And then finally, in this last tab is what we're calling the Poka PM, the women's room. So this area is really for space, as we can see, for one-on-one conversations with the women of Poka. So just as a caveat, this is a premium subscription only, and I will show you how that would work. So if you'd come in here, you will be able to book a chat with any of us. And when you come in here, you can look through our profiles and see who you have most in common with or what it is that you want to talk about. You know, if you want to talk about tech and travel, maybe Jesse's the person to talk to. If you want to talk about health, self-care, maybe that's Elise. You want to talk to me about coding, go ahead and click on me. But you'll see a little bio of what everybody is, what everybody's interests in are, and what you know, what are some of the things that you could talk to them about. And then from here, you'll be able to book some time in our calendars to have that chat with us. So if I wanted to book some time with Elise, I would click on book. And depending on whether or not you are subscribed, you'll either be met with a screen that says you're already subscribed and you can continue to book, or you would have to go through the subscription process. So this will be handled through Apple. So you would just subscribe on a monthly basis as you do with other apps. And what this subscription will give you, if you click on this particular view subscription details, is waiting for that to pop up. Yeah, so that's going to give you 1 15 to 20-minute session per month with a Poka of your choice. You also get first access to any of the guides and Poka publications. And also one fun little thing, you'll be able to change your profile photo to any of the really cute avatars that we have that Adley designed. I thought that was a really cool feature. So if you're already subscribed, then you can go ahead and book, and I will show you that in a second. So clicking on book once you subscribed will take you to a Calendly where you can then set up that 30-minute meeting, go through the booking process, put that in your calendar, and then attend your session. All right. All right, so then we're going to go back to that main screen. And we're going to go into the profile section. So this is where you can kind of personalize the app a little bit for yourself. You can change your nickname. In the future, when we do have a chat feature, if you don't want to use your real name, you can always use your nickname as part of that chat feature. And then, of course, as a premium member, you can also change your avatar to any of these cute avatars that we have. And then also you have the opportunity to update information about yourself. So if your goal has changed, you no longer want to try to conceive, for example, you can remove that and update. You can change your cycle length if that has changed or increased or decreased, you can change that. Or if you notice that your period's length have changed in any way, we urge you to kind of keep that up to date, because if that's up to date, then your predictions will be up to date. Don't change your date of birth. I don't think that changes. And then, of course, terms and conditions are here as well, if you ever need to go back and take a look at that. All right, so that is all for us right now. We're going to head back into our profile page and we're going to log out, and that will be it for now. All right, we're all done. Thank you.
Should we take a few questions? Does anyone want to ask some questions directly to Roz or any of the team now? Or should we continue? If you have a question, just let me know in the chat or put your hand up. Otherwise, we can just go on to the next thing and have questions at the end. Okay. So after this, I hope you were paying attention. We mentioned that you could play for early access. We literally meant play. There's a quiz coming up. So hopefully you paid attention and you can answer these questions. They're super simple questions. Some of them have to do with our app and the demo. Some of them have to do with women's health generally. Just a few fun questions. Yes, an exam to justify your inclusion. So Tipra will take us through that. And the top 5 will get early access within a week.
Okay. Yes. But before I jump into that, let's read some of these lovely comments. Abina said, love the concept of the app being a home. I'm excited. Yay. Again, I love the colors and the interface. Love the idea of the quotes. Will the quotes only be Black women, or would we include women of color? We can come back to this and see what you guys think. Oh, Nanadra, you responded to that. I love that. Okay. What else? Oh, with the can there be a tab or a line where users can see maybe what Nanadra is listening to for this month? Oh, I see. Okay, so you're interested in sort of what the team members are reading, listening to in terms of podcasts or recommendations. I think that's a good idea, something we can take into consideration. And then, and can the username be a nickname and not necessarily your government name? Rosalind, is there a need for it to be their government name?
No, there isn't. I think when you're signing in, it is typical to put your real name, but if you don't feel comfortable, of course, use whatever name. But your nickname is something that, you know, nobody should be able to track you to, so that you can use that in kind of our forums. But, you know, it's up to you. We're not tracking names or anything like that.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for being so engaging. If you have any other questions, yeah, let's have that discussion after your exam. So bring out your pens and papers. And yeah, I think Nanadra already said this, but whoever the top 5 scorers, top 5 will get first access, or what is it, Nanadra? Can you please clarify while I find this quiz?
So they will get first access, and then subsequent to that, we are going to open it further up for other people to have access. But these 5 will get first access to use the Poka app.
Okay. Just looking for the quiz, people. All right. So question 1, everybody. Nanajwa, Jesse will be taking score. Rosalind, hop in and help if you can. Question 1 is, what is the main focus of the Poka app? Is it A, fitness tracking, B, recipe sharing,
Oh, wow. Okay.
or C, menstrual health and wellness? Put your answer into chat, please. All right. You have to be quick on this because I'm moving on to the next one. Question 2. In the Poka app, what phase of the menstrual cycle is characterized by the shedding of the uterine lining? Is it the follicular phase? Is it ovulation phase? Is it the luteal phase? Or is it D, the menstruation phase? I see people answering. Okay. Question 3. Ooh, this one's a tough one. Unscramble the word mlerneurste. I wish I knew what this word was. What is this word? Good luck, people. Unscramble the word. I'll give you a little bit more time on this one. Okay. If you haven't gotten it by now, you probably won't get it. So I'm going to move on because I don't know what it is yet either. Interesting.
There are responses in the chat section. So
oh, I can't see the chat just yet. The chat's hidden for me. Question 4. What is the main color of Poka App's logo? Is it A, blue, B, green, C, pink, D, purple? It's an easy one. I think that was just a throwaway question. Question 5. Which hormone surges just before you ovulate? Which hormone surges just before ovulation? A, estrogen, B, progesterone, C, testosterone. Question 6, we're almost there. What is the medical term for painful menstruation? A, diapepsia.
Sounds like Diet Pepsi.
A, Diet Pepsi. B, dysplasia. Or C, dysmenorrhea. These words are tricky. You think you know? Put your answers in. No Google, no ChatGPT. Question 7. What is the acronym for Poka's values? Jesse made this one clear and sharp. So were you listening? Is it A, crispy, B, crisps, or C, crips? Is it the gang? Like the blood and crips, the crips and blood? Which one is it? Question 8. What is Poka App's mission regarding period poverty? Is it to increase period product prices, to alleviate period poverty, or to promote period stigma? I'm so curious to know what people are answering here. Question 9. What does the Poka app aim to empower African women with? Is it the knowledge about car mechanics? B, knowledge about menstrual health and wellness? Or C, knowledge about space exploration to the moon? And finally, I think that Najwa, you did say there were 10 questions. Are you ready for the last one? Oh, wait, what? I skipped too far ahead. Question 10. What feature of the Poka app allows users to book sessions with women mentors? A, Poka PM, B, Poka Connect, C, Poka Chat. Let's see who was paying attention to Rosalind. Okay. Wow, these were very fun, well thought out questions, Najwa. Well done. I love them.
Thanks. Wow, guys.
Thank you
Being
for
a quiz master
playing.
is not easy. Jesse.
You
We are
guys need
here
to tell
to
me
win.
the results. I can play some music in the meantime.
Yeah, let's do some music while we tell you the results backstage. Just
Yeah.
let's meet in the other room.
We're taking requests.
Okay, I think.
Yes, Rose was causing confusion in the chat.
While they're telling you the results, if anybody wants to come on camera and make a few comments about Poka or the app or anything like that, this could be a good time. Any takers? Just turn on your camera, go off mute, and say something.
I don't have much to say. I just want to say kudos to you guys. I mean, I was part of the focus group, so I've seen all the changes that have happened from all the little sessions that we had during the focus group sessions. Yeah, love it. I can't wait to see the other aspects of the app, i.e. the pregnancy aspect. I think I put it in the chat that I'd love for women to be able to choose the color of the baby on the app. It may seem like a very fickle thing, but using Flow, we were all subjected to only white babies.
Oh.
We didn't have a choice but to have only white babies. So I'm very excited to see what the next phase of the app will be in terms of like the pregnancy bit of it, and see what that also has to offer to, I guess, women who are expecting or are looking TTC, trying to conceive and all of those things. Yes. But kudos to you guys. Good job.
Thanks, Marian. Yes, I did see that in the comment, and I thought that was such a, like, about the color of the baby. And no, it's not a fickle thing at all, because it's when you're pregnant and the baby's growing inside you, is when you're bonding with it. So to see, to not have that sort of visual connection as well, I think is problematic. And that's something that the app will definitely choose to address. Thank you. Any other comments? Or are Nanajwa and Jesse ready to chime in?
We will take comments, but we're back.
Back? Okay.
And Jesse will take us through the results. Very difficult, guys. I understand how come it's difficult to tally votes and things like that. It was a tough one. You had us in the first half, but we made it and we are here. Thank you all for
We
participating.
need the pink sheets.
I know, right?
Sorry, there's no pink sheet. If we say this is the answer, that's the answer. So Jesse will give us the results now. Thank you all so much for playing.
So the moment we've all been waiting for.
Drum roll.
Drum roll, please.
Drum roll.
And the first person is Abena. Round of applause for Abena Kakari.
Let's see you.
Abena gets to use. Can we see Abena?
Oh, where's my face?
The background is very fitting. Abena is an author, you guys.
Yes. Yes. Okay, I'm hiding again.
In second place we have, are
Oh
you
my
ready?
God, I'm a cheating, mommy.
Who
Abena,
cheated?
we don't
Who
cheat for you.
cheated? Abna, you see, you've just let
You
it slip.
actually answered
Didn't
all the
cheat. We
questions
need
right.
it.
I was on mute.
Wow.
I'm gone.
Believe in your capabilities, Abena. Okay, so in second place, we have Okorewa. Woo! Can we see you?
No, hiding.
Oh, where is she?
Is she
And
still on?
next,
It's Ama Okorewa Mante.
Ah,
If you're here, let's see your face. Nothing?
okay.
Can't seem to turn my video on. That's fine, Okorewa. Would you
Oh,
like to
that's
send us a
fine, but
message
we're
somewhere after
congratulating
this so
you
that we can,
anyway. Yeah. Next, we have Marianne. Woo!
Ooh.
I was rooting for you, Marianne. And we have Ifia next. Ifia and Pontamenta. Can we see you? Red Panda, there she is.
You're welcome, Ama.
And the next person is Echa. Echa, congrats, Echa. Can we see you, Echa? Echa Ado. Echa, don't be shy. You can turn your video on and say hi to us. Okay, and finally, we have Portia. Portia, say hi. Turn your video on and say hi to us. Congrats, Portia.
Okay. Yes,
After
congratulations.
an intense round, we have our winners. They've showcased their skills and the best have prevailed. They get first access to the app and everybody else will get access a few days after. We can't wait to have you use our app and give us feedback.
Yes. This is still in beta,
Can
which
I just,
means we're
sorry,
still
Tipra,
testing.
just
Yes.
1 second.
Yeah.
Can I just give a special honorable mention to Latoya, who did not win, but was the only person who got our values correct. The acronym for our values is CRISPs, guys. Cultural relevance, innovation, was it CRISP? So safety, security, safety and security. Yeah, so it's CRISPS, not CRIPS, everybody. So Latoya, thank you for paying attention to our values. Go forth
know
and
what?
spread it to the world.
We are feeling generous today, so Latoya will be part of our testers.
You know what? Yeah, Latoya, just for knowing the
Yeah.
values, we'll give you access as well.
Yay. Congratulations. That's funny. People thought it was Crips. Isn't there a gang in the US called Crips? We're not trying to affiliate
it's
ourselves with
Crips.
them.
Crips
As
are
a
the
former
guys.
gang member, who's Red Panda? That's so funny. Wow. Yes. Well, congratulations to all our winners. What was I even going to say? Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Do we have any
give us,
questions, any other comments?
closing
I think
remarks.
before results, Marion was saying something. Does anybody have anything else they want to share? Maybe our winners want to give like a speech about how thankful they are to God for this opportunity, things like that. Does anybody want to say anything else? Otherwise, like Tipra, you were saying before, I think you lost your train of thought that this is still in beta.
Oh,
We are happy to give everyone, all of our winners, this access, and we'll take feedback, we'll take your suggestions, and we're excited for you to try it out and let us know what your thoughts are. And we look forward to opening it up to the rest of the world to also access the Poka app. Thanks for your interest, thanks for your support this entire time, and for just seeing the vision with us and supporting us through it all. But we're thankful to the men that joined this call as well. You're one usual short of being able to use our app, but thank you for being interested in joining and supporting us. We really appreciate it. And yes, Ohinoa, you can delete Clue because Poka App is here.
It's here.
Marion, your hand is up.
Yes, as per usual, I would like to make a suggestion on the app.
Oh yeah.
So you know how sometimes when you finish reading like an article on the app and there's a lot of information and everything, I think it would be really nice if there was like a little game you can play when you get to the end of an article, especially when you get to the end. People have to make sure they've read it all the way to the end, and then you give them congratulations and they can play maybe like a little game where you can match something to something, something to relieve the brain of like the information overload or whatever it is. I think it's very different because I haven't seen that on any of the other apps. The other apps just take the period too serious. Sometimes we don't want to be reminded that like it's a serious life-changing situation, want it to be all fluffy and marshmallows and berries. So yeah, if we can just get like a little game, nothing serious, at the end of reading like the articles and stuff, I think that would be very nice. Thank you.
I think that's a
Okay,
great
I think that
suggestion.
sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll note it down. Thank
That
you.
makes a nice
Red
suggestion.
Panda, your hand is up.
Hello. So
Hi.
my question was, is there like a thing that kind of reminds you to take your pills on the app?
There will be in the future, in the near future. We haven't actually implemented fully the notifications feature, but in the future, there will be notifications that will let you know if you have said that you are on the pill or any other thing, to send you reminders about that, and also send you reminders of when you are ovulating, when you're kind of fertile, and also when your predicted period is about to start. So there will be reminders.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you, Red Panda. Rose, we have a question in the comments that maybe you can help us with. Benny says, what happens to our data from other apps? I've had my calendar for about 10 years or more.
So we did discuss this originally. It has not been implemented yet, but there is plans, I think, not immediate plans, but future plans to be able to grab your data from Flow, if you do have data in Flow, and kind of import it into our app. So that is something that we have looked into, though we have not implemented it yet. But that is a great suggestion, and it's something that we will, I think, provide in the future, but it has not happened yet.
Yeah. And I also think it's in the far future. So Benny, like, I'm kind of wondering how important it is for you to bring that over. Because I'm wondering because I mean, all of these apps, because everybody would have used a separate app and they export that information in a different format. And so we can't, so let's say you can't bring that information over. Is that a deal breaker for you, Benny? I think that's something that we would want to know.
I'm sure Benny's typing, so
Okay.
while we wait for her response to Tipper's question. Marion, your hand back up again, or
it's
this
another
is
one. I'm
before?
sorry. Okay, so back to the next phase of the app, especially for moms that have just had a baby or women that have just resumed their periods. Is it possible to get are we going to get guest articles from people such as, let's say, Latoya, who's very good at doing these? I don't know how to pronounce the word, but someone will show me, I'm sure. The natural remedies, what are they called? AVU. I don't want to disgrace my school here this evening. Thank you. However that was pronounced, I'll still learn it at some point in my life. But yeah, are we going to get guest articles from people that have like knowledge about this sort of thing, which could also be users of the app, where maybe once a month we can invite users of the app to write a guest article and someone will be selected and it'll be posted on the app, just so that everyone feels that personalization thing that we all spoke about, where they feel like they're contributing to, you know, the wellness and the knowledge of women in terms of that. And also for the mom aspect, we'll need that for the children that came out without any hair, also known as my child. Like articles like that. Because I feel like for African mothers especially, a lot of our kids, like their hair comes out without like a game plan. Some are blessed, nudge, cough, cough. Kids come out with like head of hair. Some of us come with bald babies. So if we can get like articles on what to do when you you have a baby without hair, and it could be from us as the users as well, you know, let us know what the tips are, what they're doing. And yeah, thanks.
That's a great idea. And I think we thought of that for the Poka PM, where you can see for now it's just the founding team. But I think we discussed at some point sort of selecting users or people who are part of the community who are active and who show an interest in sort of being more than just a user. And if they have specific skill sets that they want other people to access, we could maybe create profiles for them, and then community members can talk to them about specific issues. So if somebody had sort of knowledge about holistic health, Ayurveda, all of that, they could maybe have a profile, and then our community members, other users, can reach out to them for that kind of information. So in conjunction with what you said is something that we've already kind of been tossing around as an idea.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Tipra. Red Panda, is your hand back up, or is that from before as well?
That's from before, my bad.
Okay. Anybody else? Thoughts, questions? Otherwise, thank you all so much for joining. We are, Tipra, do you want to check our social media stuff on the screen so everyone knows where to find us after this? We will reach out to the winners. So actually, what would be helpful would be if everyone would check their email in the in this chat. Jesse, you want to put the names out on the chat again so that they all see that they're winners, and then they can add their emails, so we can reach out to them after this and give you the access that we promised, and can keep us updated. So follow us on social media. We are on LinkedIn, we are on Instagram, we're on YouTube, guys. We do YouTube content. Check us out, subscribe, watch our videos, and yeah, let us know how much you love us. We love hearing that everyone loves us. So tell us how much you love us. Of course, if you don't, we would love to hear why and your thoughts and suggestions. So we're open to all of that. So please just throw your emails in there if your name was mentioned as one of the winners. Our website is pokaapp.com, where you can sign up to be notified when the app is ready to be used by everyone. Then we have LinkedIn, Poka App, and we have Instagram at Poka App as well. We share lots of fun content. Tipra is our creative lead, and she's always doing really fun stuff on Instagram. So follow us, check us out, DM us. Let's connect and build community together. And with your help and with your support, it will make Poka App better for all of us, because this is an app for African women by African women. So we want your input as much as possible so that the app can be its best version to serve us all in the best way possible. We're so grateful for you to having joined us today. In the absence of further questions and comments, we shall call this party over.
Well,
That's not how parties normally end, but you know, I guess we can all go home now. Good night.
but
Okay.
this party is good, but it's over. It's over.
Bye, guys.
Go home.
Go home, everyone.
We won't go.
Bye.
We won't go.
Bye.
Bye.